On my forehead. Girl.
We are gonna watch this trailer together. It's crazy because we literally just did. Yeah, we literally did the we just did predictions earlier today on stream live. Okay, guys. I'm scared. What if he's like stupid and bad and boring? I've seen it and he seems like your type. Okay, good. Okay, good. All right, we're gonna watch. All right. I will be pausing. Sorry, but I will be pausing to like collect myself. Oh wait, hold on. Wait. Huh. We have a problem. We might have to just see the visuals because I don't see another version. They did the translation ones on a different day. I see. Well, we'll watch this regardless and see what's going on with him. Is his in-game model ugly? I feel like it might be. It's not bad. I don't think his in-game model is bad. It's not great, but you know, I think it's better than the art that it, you know, it's better than the art portrays, in my opinion. Okay. I'm scared. Okay. So he's violinist. Gotcha. Oh, what the heck? What in the world? What does this do? Oh, wait, that's fun. Wait, what in the heck? Hello? Wait, that's crazy. Oh, he looks really difficult, though. He is ball! So he places down a track and can go on it. Okay. He seems like he's gonna be very tricky to play right. He looks so short. He's so very short. He just goes through walls, right? He is one with the ball. Right? If the timers were specific angles, he would be so difficult to understand. Okay, so now what does that do? One can only wonder. You can make a little cage and block off ciphers. So he does have some map pressure. Wait, what does that do? I'm curious. He can send balls! He can send balls! Please do chip damage. Oh, that's cool. So he has good camp. Do damage. What the? Hello? Oh, that's really interesting. Wait, how far away can you capture people? Hello? Wait, that's fire. Alright, so presence upgrade makes that go faster. Okay. It makes you be able to go further, I'm assuming? Oh. It makes it so that you, the recovery is faster. Right? The animations are really nice. His facial expressions are kind of goofy. Someone said in the server he's the new Sangria, but better pressure. I can see it. That's kind of crazy. His movement is, like, obviously not as good as Sangria, but... Actually, no, because they have different trade-offs. Because he has very, like, long... Like, he literally crossed the map in a few seconds speed. Yeah, his movement is a lot more rigid. That's a good way to describe it. Oh, it's so cool looking, though. Right? He's gonna go crazy when people know how to play him. He's gonna be really tricky to, like, control properly, though, because, like, watch when it curves, and you're trying to place down a new one. You can't stop, like, constantly moving. So if you're not fast enough with it, you could miss your opportunity to jump from this and just keep going. But dang, once people understand how to move properly with him, he's gonna go nuts. He's so short, dude. Oh, that's crazy. Wait, that's crazy. You could just put a stationary ball on an objective, like a door, or dungeon, or obviously ciphers, or like windows, pallets. Yeah, this has to go away. This is getting nerfed. The door. He has so much movement. That's crazy. That's so ridiculous. And you can just move them right in front of you, even if you capture them from halfway across the map. Well, guys. Alright, so we got like nothing right. I do like fast hunters, so I probably will enjoy playing him. And he doesn't seem like super mechanically challenging to control either. It's just, you're gonna have to... I wonder what that is. He gets like a movement speed boost, maybe that's what that is, after going out of his ball form. I think his gameplay looks very challenging, and I enjoy that. It looks cool, but I'm not gonna be a happy survivor valid. I feel like his... Okay, Momo, I don't know if you've seen the entire gameplay, but like, if this is making you go, oh no, I'm not gonna like this, watch this. You have? Okay. So y'all have seen this thing right here, where he can just use this ball at the exit gate to, like, you just have to wait this out, I'm assuming. He looks like so much fun though. I'm gonna have so much fun playing him. Yeah, this, by the way, do not expect this to, if it goes into live servers on release, don't expect it to stay for very long. It's 100% going to get nerfed. I don't think he'll be impossible to kite. He'll be tricky though, because he doesn't have anything else in his kit other than this. He's an M1 hunter, right? So he doesn't do anything damage-wise other than basic stacking. The only thing he really can do to throw off your stuff is if he traps you in a ball and moves you, which it looks like he can only move you a certain distance close to him. So you can still, like, for example, flywheel immediately, like when you come out of the ball, or if you have like a specific ability that you can use that. But also, to avoid the ball, it's not necessarily like it's random, because it can only follow the path that it's given. So it's almost like, if you can imagine having to dodge Anne cats, but using the same gameplay like techniques almost as a naiad, or a just like a character who has to set up at pallets. So you have to avoid the aura of the ball, and if he sets up, like, for example, a little mini like route for the ball to go around in a specific loop, just leave the loop and go to another one, because he won't be able to catch up with you unless he uses his ball. This is actually, okay, I'm actually already understanding how to kite him. Seems like he's going to be tricky. He does, for sure. But if he... I feel like at the same time, especially for people who don't really know what they're doing, he's going to be really easy to mind game and really easy to juke. Because, like, think about it this way. If he closes off a loop, just move to another one, similar to Naiad. But if he moves to... Like, if he uses what's it called? This, to catch up to you to go to a different loop, it's sort of like Naiad's dash, where you just kind of go to a different loop on one of the other sides. The only issue with that is he can jump off of it, get the speed boost, and catch you really quickly. So I think he's gonna be a character that really messes up survivors who don't have some sort of like stun, for example, or some easy way to get away. Like, I feel like he's gonna get a bit hard countered by harassers. He's gonna be tricky to kite and tricky to understand how to kite, especially at the start, but he's gonna be interesting. He's gonna be a character you have to do rotation strats. Exactly. It's gonna be very much, I feel like one of the ways to kite against him is gonna be similar to Naiad. Maybe a little bit similar to Alva. for avoiding the ball. After placing the first hitting point, Marcus can automatically end it after 25 seconds. Subsequent hitting points will no longer be restricted in distance from the previous one. So I think the way that's, the thing that's like explaining is being able to do it like this, not necessarily making a cage, but making a track. He launches on test servers tomorrow, so we'll get a bunch of test server stuff. I wish I had access, but you know, I'm still not recognized by netties. What's good about this is the distance that you have for moving between these seems super forgiving. Like this seems very, very forgiving in the sense that it's not gonna like, you're not gonna miss it as you go by creating one. Also, like the connections between Alva are really, they just keep going. Like this, if you squint hard enough, everyone would be like, oh my gosh, wait, this Alva rework looks crazy. His gameplay looks nice, but it also looks complicated. He's gonna be one of those, how do I explain him? He really is almost like Sangria, but with more steps. Like he's a little bit more complicated, but the trade-off for being a little bit more complicated is the movement. There's a lot less room for error compared to Sangria, and there's a lot more capability to like get to places faster. But at the same time, there's a lot less capabilities to use it in chase. I'm really interested. This is one of those times, this is rare for me. I'm really curious to see how pro players are gonna use him. Like I'm very, very interested. I didn't feel that way with Peddler. I didn't feel that way with really any hunter. This one, I'm really curious. Imagine like, oh my gosh, imagine putting the path points on ciphers, sending the ball towards them, and once you capture someone who's trying to decode, you just like, you bring them right to you. That's crazy. His map pressure is low-key insane. Oh yeah, you could absolutely, the only reason why I don't think this will be completely OP is because you 100% can either flywheel in time or use like any sort of movement ability or a stun. If you're stuck in an area like this, for example, and he uses the ball, if you are unlucky with the timing, there's no way to avoid it. Actually, if that happens, okay, let's have a little bit of a, what's the word? Trying to understand this. If, for example, you're in this situation. Let's say you're in this situation, right? You are this gravekeeper running this way. And the CUEIST just put down the ball and the ball is about to run at you. In this situation, I think just running into the ball is the better option instead of trying to avoid it and just getting basic attacked. Because one, if you run back, you get basic attacked, you're wasting no time. If you run into it, sure, you might get caught from it, but you're still wasting a little bit more time. And at the same time, he can only place you so close to him. So for example, here, you can flywheel, right? You can flywheel, this gravekeeper could go back into the ground. Isn't the ball like a 3.5 second stun for the survivor? Because he can trap you there for that amount of time. Technically, but like, for example, if I feel like that's only going to be viable if you're dealing with someone harassing. Yeah, don't waste abilities avoiding the ball, because whenever you get released, you have the time to use it. Exactly. In this situation, yes, it's a stun here, but it's a stun in which you can't do anything here. But he also can't do anything to you. So like, yeah, you can't use anything to get out of this at this point, but he can't hit you until he places you as well. And for example, since you're Gravekeeper, you could either flywheel or go back down into the ground. Like easily. He's specifically designed for a non-commit, non-camp playstyle. I love it. Like I love the non-camp playstyle, and any hunter that like makes it so that you have the ability to not camp and for it to actually be viable, love. And the non-commit, it's pretty much exactly how I play. Like I often end up swapping targets and I don't like tunnel. So what you're going to want to do is once you get your first down, you just immediately run to try and find another person instead of like camping, waiting for them to get saved, and then committing to that one person. Inertia. When Marcus leaves the sphere's path of movement, his physical abilities are enhanced, increasing most control speeds by 20% and movement speed by 20%, while revealing locations of all nearby survivors. This lasts for 5 seconds. I really like these abilities, right? It's very satisfying. Pocket shot. After Marcus leaves the sphere's path, inertia is strengthened for each injured survivor within the sphere. So within like the within the sphere. Wait, that's crazy. This is boosting inertia. Inertia lasts for a base of 5 seconds. You can get an, I'm assuming this means a maximum, you can get a maximum of this 20% move speed and control speed, plus 50% aura reading for 15 seconds max. If you have like it maxed, which granted you're not going to get that every single time, but that's kind of crazy. He seems okay. I'm glad he isn't too OP like Kala when he first came out. I agree. He seems okay. He seems strong. He doesn't seem OP. And I think the reason why that's the case is because he seems strong, but he very clearly seems difficult to use properly. Marcus sets up impact points one by one on the map and connects them to determine the movement path. A fixed path is formed by placing a new impact point within a certain time after the first impact point is placed. The route generation distance is limited to a minimum of 4 meters and a maximum of 35 meters. He gets cooked in big maps though, does he? I feel like he doesn't. I feel like he's like actually pretty good in big maps because he can just move around so fast. Virtual monster. Marcus can choose any point on a route within a radius of 8 meters and automatically move along that route at high speed as a monster in a box. By using a skill while moving, you can teleport to any point on the route. Wait, this is interesting. Can you use this to redirect yourself on the route? Interesting. He can only go one direction on the route, but he can dash into different routes. Because like, are you not able to like, for example, as you're going down this, if you're on this, could you look around and just dash onto like, okay, picture this with me here. You're on this section of this little line. If you move on to this line, can you look back, turn around, and jump to this line you were on and move to change the direction? Or does it count as still one route and you have to jump to a completely different route, not a completely different section of the route? I don't think you can dash onto the same line. Unfortunate. That would make his movement even more crazy, to be fair. That kind of also does like increase the amount of skill expression that you need, or not necessarily skill expression, but skill requirement that you need, because you need to know when you should move and when you shouldn't, because if you jump on it, again, you can't jump off of it for like 2 seconds. So if you jump onto a line on accident, you're kind of screwed because you can't change direction and you can't jump off of it immediately. I wonder if you can do like opera cape strats and make a new route as you dash. I mean, technically it looks like you can. For example, if you'd have to have a route already set up, like here, for example. There's actually a point that shows it perfectly. I think I understand what you mean. You can't, I don't think you're going to be able to make a new route as you're creating a second one. Like you can make a route like here, for example, but once you have this route created, unless you like, I don't know if you finalize, how do you finalize it? I think you just press this. You might be able to, honestly, but I'm not sure. You might be able to. That could be very interesting. Honestly, you probably could. That's going to be like a high skill requirement thing, because you'd be able to jump onto this one, finalize it mid-air, potentially, and start creating a new one as you're moving on to this one. Oh, he's gonna be so much fun. You can't stun him out of it, which I think is so unbelievably needed for him to actually be good. Because if you imagine, like, oh, CUEIST, I need to get to this side of the map before they finish this cipher. My name is Enchantress. I'm gonna 1 second stun you. You can't go in your bono. Like, that would be so infuriating to play against. After Marcus places the first impact point, if he ends it himself or the impact point placement ends up okay. He can end it himself or the impact point will automatically end after 25 seconds. The next impact point will no longer be subject to distant restrictions. So I think that's essentially saying if you end it yourself, you can pause. Whoa, that's crazy. If you finalize the route you're already making, the next point you make will essentially be the start of a new route. Entropy control. Starting 6 seconds after the containment area is formed, the area's interior will be scanned once every 38 seconds until it disappears. When an area is scanned, the outlines of the survivors within it and the progress of the single cipher machine, so of one cipher machine, with the most decoding progress are all displayed for 5 seconds. At the same time, the progress of the cipher machine will be reduced by 20% and the cipher machine will be counted. So it'll show, surely that has to be once. Literally crazy. Oh, I understand. So it's, if you have this, right, you set this up, if there's still a survivor on it after, like when the scan happens, then the cipher machine gets reduced. It's not like it will 100% get reduced no matter what. You have to be decoding for it to get reduced. You just need to leave the AoE the string creates. I see. Oh, so if he really is kind of like works almost like a naiad. If you stay in the AoE, like say he makes a big AoE, and if you can't get out of the AoE in 5 seconds, the cipher machine will get reduced. Because I'm under the impression of you have to be actively decoding the cipher for the reduction to happen. But if it's, you have to, if it's actually, if there's anyone in the radius when the scan happens, the cipher gets reduced, that's nuts. And surely that has to be like once every yeah, okay. Each cipher machine has a 37-second cooldown, and progress cannot be reversed during the countdown. Marcus launches the cue ball along the path of your choice, and the cue ball automatically moves along that path for 16 seconds. Energy consumption increases and movement time decreases near rocket chairs where survivors are restrained. When an active survivor passes within a certain range, the cue ball quickly locks onto the target and captures it. Marcus can tap or drag the button again within 3.5 seconds to move the captured survivor's cue ball within a circular area 8 to 11 meters around him. You can't bring it super close to you and insta-hit, which I think, first off, props to NetEase for thinking of that, because that is actually very smart. I feel like 8 meters being the minimum, or the maximum, no, technically, yeah, minimum distance you can place is really good. Like that, I feel like that's perfect, in fact. How is he weak against harassers? If you capture a harasser, you get 3.5 seconds to pick up the survivor and guarantee a chair. True, yeah. I think the way I'm thinking about it with harassers specifically is if, like, you're actively chasing someone and you're getting harassed. Like, if you have, for example, an enchantress kiting with someone, or a, like a prospector actively chasing someone. But also, yeah, the harasser would have to be near the line for it to get captured. Or, because you don't have to have it in a line, if you're in a spot where you can like put the ball down stationary, and if you're in a spot where the harasser would have to run through the line, or have to run through the ball to save, that would be a really safe pickup, to be completely fair. That's true. That's true. He's gonna have certain harassers that he does counter. Forward, that's pretty true. I can agree. He straight up counters forward the same way Hermit does, placing a red ball above the survivor and placing and picking up the survivor inside the red ball. I feel like that's definitely, especially since there's no, like, his handball doesn't work how like Hullabaloo's red zone works, for example. Like, it's not a if you enter the zone, there's like a 0.5 second timer before you get caught. It's like instant as soon as you enter the zone. So as soon as a forward would enter the zone, you would instantly get trapped by it. So that is very true. I'm excited to see what his accessory is going to look like. More so what his skin is going to look like, but you know what I mean. If he even gets one. Oh no, he's not going to get one, because only shop hunters get the accessory. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, CUEIST. You will probably be forgotten cosmetically as a hunter, like Hullabaloo was forgotten. You will probably be forgotten because everyone already hates your design. So NetEase will be like, we don't really care. We won't end up making any money off of this one. Everyone already hates him. He really is sort of like if you took the thought process to Clerk, but the similar gameplay loop to Sangria. Because yeah, you have a very good map pressure hunter that you know, can do aura reading, can affect cipher progress, can camp doors really well. But also you have Sangria's, obviously it's not exactly, but similar core movement. It's literally opera with violinist mechanics to create zones, then Clerk playstyle, truly. Wait, it's opera with violinist mechanics plus somewhat naiad mechanics, because you have violinist to play stuff, and then naiad mechanics for the zones, and then you have Clerk's playstyle. He seems difficult to play. He seems very tricky. I love it though. I'm so glad that they like aren't like adding super easy hunters, because this hunter seems strong, but he seems definitely very difficult to play properly, which I think is very good. Am I going crazy? I just had like a random boust, if you will, of not deja vu, but like my memory being good randomly. Have we done CUEIST predictions? Hits with the pool stick. What if he's an opera singing situation and has nothing to do with pool? That would be really unfortunate.